How's it going and welcome back to the Lego room, everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a full tour of our collection in our Lego room down here. It's been quite a while since I've done a video like this. I did a full tour last December and we have honestly purchased so many new sets since then, and we've changed around the shelves and the layout so much. So it's long overdue for an update. And honestly, this December I'll probably do another one because I can't even imagine how many more sets we'll have by then. We'll probably have more shelves. I'm going to extend those all the way down there. But let's get right into it. Let's go through the entire collection. Our Lego room is in the basement, so here's a POV coming down the stairs and entering the room. On the far side, we've got the Lego City tables. Over here, we've got the Star Wars wall. And then pretty much every wall in here is covered with sets. We've got the animal wall over there, miscellaneous, like superheroes, space, architecture, and Jago over on this side. More miscellaneous down here. We've got Halloween, dreams, Technic stuff, all kinds of stuff. And then moving around here, we've got even more bleeding into this side of the room. We've got the D&D set, some Mario, Optimus Prime. Down here, we've got Bricklink sets, Space Police, Harry Potter, Dune. Forgot what that was for a second. And then coming around here, here's the look from this side. Then we've got Fortnite sets right here and our art wall behind the city table. So let's get right into it. Let's go shelf by shelf and see the collection. Let's start with the animal wall over here. And starting with the top left shelf, we've got this cockatoo over here. That one's actually an alternate build. It's a 3-in-1, and the set it comes from is this white bunny right here. So it's an alternate build from that set. And then next, we've actually got another 3-in-1 set. Next to that, we've got the other bunny. That one is really cool. You can pose it like standing up as it is right now, or it can be sort of hunched over in the traditional bunny pose. Then we've got a Wicked Witch. That one is a really cute Halloween set. I really like the broom as well. And then since that one is Halloween themed, we've got the spider hanging down here. I love this set. It was super cheap, and I think it looks pretty terrifying the way it's hanging like that. Then we've got the majestic tiger next to it, which is anatomically correct, and that one looks great. And we have it next to the newer tiger wall art from the Fauna collection. And just below that, we've got the first set from the Fauna collection. We've got the pink and yellow parrot. That one is retired now, and I just love the style of that one. That one is really cool. And then we have this pink parrot 3-in-1 over here. This one looks really cool as well, and this one was available in pink or blue. We actually bought the blue one as well, and the alternate build for that one is this fish right over here in the corner. But back to the wall over here, we've got this Pegasus 3-in-1 set. This was a give with purchase, I believe, and that one looks pretty cool. I love the stand for it with the clouds on the bottom. And then we've got this unique thrifted shelf right here where I've got the bird's nest up top and the cat and mouse Halloween set. And then we've also got this chameleon set, and I really like it because it just worked out to where the clip could fit on the bar of the shelf. So I love the way that it looks just clipped onto the side here. And I also just love the set in general, the way the fly is on the tongue. That was just a really cool build. Next up, we've got this tropical rainforest diorama. I just love all the different colors in that, and I believe there are going to be 3 total, and the third one was just announced recently. This little bird sort of paired up nicely next to it, and I believe that one goes with the majestic tiger, which is right up above here. And then down in this cube shelf, we've got this older dog 3-in-1. I believe that was from around 2010, 2011 era. So that's an older one. You can kind of tell with the build techniques. It's just not as nice as the newer ones. And then coming down here, we've got this kingfisher bird. I do have it sort of positioned away, and someone was asking last time, like, why do you have it backwards? And every once in a while, I sort of flip it around. And since I have it next to this hot dog dog build, we'll get to that next. I decided to have it backwards to have mostly the blue showing because I believe the belly of it is the same color as the hot dog. Yeah, so if I have it facing front, I just felt like it was too much of that color over here in one spot. So that's why I have it backwards. And then we've got this little toucan 3-in-1 build. And then onto the hot dog build. This one is really cool. This is actually a rebrickable model. And it comes from this set right here, this giraffe. So if you buy this set, you can actually build this out of the pieces. I just thought that was really funny, so I had to do this. And then next to that, we have this Panda 3-in-1. This one dropped this year, I believe, and this one was just incredible. They just nailed the shape of those, and the bamboo looks great. Those ones were awesome. Then we've got the birdhouse next to that, a few little birds on there. That one is a 3-in-1 also. And that one might be retired now, but that one I think just looks cool with the rest of the animals we have over here. Right up above that, we've got from Harry Potter, I believe Aragog is how you say it, the spider from that. And then I have it hung with a string behind there. So I had someone asking about that. That's just how I did it. I think there were like two studs on each side, so I just attached those to the belly and then mounted it like so. Next to that, we've got a little heart ornament decoration. I think that was about 15 bucks. Oh, and I somehow skipped over this frog. This is actually an alternate build of a little crocodile build from a few years back. That one is really cool, and it did have a fly on its tongue, but I think it fell off and went somewhere, so I'll definitely have to find that. And then the sort of the centerpiece of this area over here, we have this build that I created of my dog Iggy. So this is one of the things that I'm most proud of that I've built that we have here. I think it looks very accurate to how she looks, especially the head here. She's got that little white strip and then her little eyes on the side there, a little snout. That was a fun little project I did, and I think it turned out not too bad. And then next to that, we've got a little Easter set and the red fox right here. That was another great 3-in-1 set. They've just been killing it with these recent 3-in-1s. And speaking of 3-in-1s, we've got the giraffe that I already showed a little bit. This one was awesome as well. You can pose the neck a lot. Super great build. Love all the spots on it. They nailed this one too. Then we've got Simba over here next to the pink flamingo. Coming down, we've got our dinosaur shelf. So we've got the Jurassic World T-Rex skull right here. Then we've got 3 copies of the 3-in-1 T-Rex. You can see all the different builds. You've got the T-Rex and then the other 2 over here. And then it sort of matches up because we also have the skeletons of all 3 dinosaurs as well. So that is super cool. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. I realized I skipped this whole shelf up here. So let's go back up to the top. Starting at the very top, we've got the Insect Collection Lego Ideas set. This set is super cool. You can see it's got the butterfly, the mantis there, and then the beetle. I just love each one and the way they're on these little display stands. Those look great. And then down here, we've got a little purple owl 3-in-1. We've got a parrot that was built from one of those classic sets where you get a bunch of pieces. That was an alternate build that I found on Rebrickable. Then in the middle here, we've got this fish tank. I actually combined 2 of the official fish tank sets to make one that was extra long. And then I added another set. There was a set that came with this turtle and that dolphin in it. So I added those in there, and I just love the way that this set looks. Then on the other side, we've got this red dragon 3-in-1 up there. And then we've got this fire ant, also a Rebrickable build. And the set that that was built out of is this spider over here. Below the underwater shelf, there's also this little red fox and the bunny that we showed before. The red fox is another one that came from a 3-in-1 set, and that is an alternate build of the majestic tiger up here. So you can see a lot of these 3-in-1 sets that they make are so cool that they end up getting you to buy multiple copies of the same set so that you can display multiple animals at the same time. And you can see that I've fallen into that quite a few times. Below that, we've got another little underwater shelf. So we've got that blue fish that's an alternate build of the 3-in-1 parrot. And then we've got another nice little underwater set. We've got a really cool sea turtle and some other fish. Just love all the coral and detailing they have down there as well. And then next to that, we've got a little seasonal shelf. So we got our little penguin up here, snowman, and some polar bears with the Santa minifigure and a little penguin. Down here, we've got this set from 2015. These birds, you can tell they're from 2015 because they look a little dated compared to the newer birds. There's one from the last couple years, and then there's the older one. Yeah, you can see all the exposed studs and everything, but I think it's still pretty cool to have. And then you've got the Latin names on the stand. Then we've got another older 3-in-1 set that came with this little dog right here and the ducks with all the little babies right there. So that's going to wrap it up for this shelf up on top here. Moving on, we've got another animal set down here. In this corner, we've got the 3-in-1 peacock. Very colorful set. I like that little piece on the head and all the colors from the feathers. Then we've got a little Easter set. This hamster wheel one was really cool. You can see it's got a couple little hamsters, and then it's got like the wheel on the side, the water, a bunch of little like accessories like a food bowl, a lot of dust I need to get rid of, don't mind that. The slide, and then I think, yeah, there's that little bell on the other side. Then we've got a couple dogs over here and the jade rabbit. The next shelf down is another really random assortment, and this is likely to change very soon. On the left side, we've got the Minecraft crafting table. That one was a really cool build, and I like how they have all the little microbiomes in there. Then we've got this little red herring detective office that I built myself. I got that little CMF and I wanted to build an environment for him. So I got the portrait of the red herring up top, and then he's at his desk. And of course, it's all in black and white. And then next, we've got the teddy bear that you tell me whether you think it's cute or cursed. I know a lot of people think this is cursed, and I posted a TikTok room tour, and someone actually noticed this on the shelf down here, and they were like, no, you have the cursed bear. So, yes, he is always watching. I can kind of see both ways. I think I could see how people think it is creepy, but I had to pick it up nonetheless. And then next to that, we've got the Nutcracker Ballerina. That is a really cool set, and it has a mechanism on the back so the ballerina can dance on the stage. Under that, we've got our Minecraft Animal Houses sets. You can see we got a lot of the initial ones they were making, like when they made the pig house, the rabbit house, the fox house, and then eventually the bee house. But they just started making way too many of these, in my opinion. Like, name the Minecraft animal, there is a house for it. Even some of the mobs have houses for some reason. So they just started making too many to the point where I felt like I had to stop getting these because it was going to get ridiculous. But I do like these, and I think like the pig house is cool, and these make a pretty cool display down here. Moving over to the right side of the shelves, you've got Jerry's apartment here from Seinfeld. Then we've got the Books Are My Passion over here on the left. And then over in this corner, I'm not sure what the like theme name of these are called, but we've got the micro scale buildings. So we've got the bakery here with the nice interior, and we've got the flower shop as well. And I think both of those look pretty cool. And I honestly need to find a better space for those where I can have them side by side on the shelf. But then below that, we've got our Sonic sets. You can see there was that first one that came out that was sort of the 2D style design of the level, and then we've got a bunch of the other sets to get a bunch of the figures. So we've got Tails in there, Knuckles up there in his mech, and just a sort of variety of all the different sets. Shadow over there, of course, as well. Next up, let's go through all these cube shelves over here, and I'll just start up on the top. You can see we've got the Jazz Quartet up there. That is a really nice display piece. I really like that one. Then we've got Dobby over here next to some other Harry Potter sets. We've got the older Hagrid's hut. Then we've got the Hungarian Hordtail in the corner here, and I think that one looks great. And it even has this crank there that can make the wings fly, and I love the fabric pieces. That is just a really cool set. Moving down, we've got a bunch of superhero sets mixed in. So over here, we've got Venomized Groot. You can sort of see the comic on the back with Venom as well. Then we've got regular Groot over on this side. Both of them are kind of walking dogs for some reason. So you can see we've got Groot over here with the leash and the bone in his other hand. Then we've got some dogs over here looking cute. You can see the stand for it is so funny. How it just says I am Groot for everything. Got the awesome mix over there. In the middle, we've got both gauntlets. We've got the Nano Gauntlet and the Infinity Gauntlet. Those ones both look very cool next to each other. And then over on the Venom shelf, you can see the dog next to him. We've got the thin wiener dog. Then we've got the Paralympic athlete, some random bricks, YouTube logo in the back, and another CMF with the dice. Moving down, we've got the upscaled minifigure that I actually changed the outfit to. So I kind of changed him into the outfit of the Kendrick Lamar halftime show from the most recent Super Bowl. Then we've got the little suitcase right here. It has a bunch of accessories inside. Then we've got the wooden duck, a little 3-in-1 car, a trophy there, and a spray paint can. In the middle, we've got the Adidas Superstars. Those look great, and I honestly think they look so much better than the Nike Dunks that just came out, but that's a whole separate rant I have. Then we've got the Brick City book in the back there. Got minifigure Beast from X-Men, and this 3-in-1 camera, another exceptional set, and it actually has a little wrist strap. That is super cool. Love that. Then next up, we've got Rocket Raccoon next to Baby Rocket's ship. And this set is actually built using 2 of the official set. It's a rebrickable model, so it's a lot chunkier, and I like that they were able to get a lot more details in there. That one just looks super cool. And most of the ships we have from Star Wars are like gray or just boring colors, so I thought this was awesome the way it's all yellow orange, and then it's got the green windscreen. Super cool. And then we've got the potted Groot brickhead, and then we've got our minifigures right here. So we've got a couple different Groots, and then we've got Rocket Raccoon, Star-Lord, and there's Baby Rocket. Moving down, we've got some Batman sets mixed in here. We've got this one right up top that came with the Arctic Batman, I believe. And then we've got Harley Quinn's vehicle. This one is so cool. It's got this little hammer right here that you can control. And as she's driving, it can actually smash vehicles on both sides. I accidentally almost knocked this over with it. It's so dangerous. But it can hit the vehicles next to it. So I think that's a really cool feature. And I did build this one from the bin, so you can see a couple of the stickers are lost, like the ones on this side are missing. But it's really cool that these were able to last after all these years. And I really don't like that they had you place them over two pieces. That is so weird to me. Then we've got the Batman statue over here with the minifigures up front, and then we've got another vehicle on that side. And that one I think is from Dark Knight, but correct me if I'm wrong. In the middle, we've got a carrot farm mock that I created myself. So I created this whole farm in the back here. You can see all the carrot guy minifigs are at it farming these carrots. And then we've got the big carrot up on top in the center. We've got the scarecrow on the side. And then on the left side, we've got a pen with some sheep and animals. And then this was actually a set. I didn't build this myself. This one came with the sheep, and I thought it would be perfect to include over here. Next to that, we've got a couple appliances. I don't know if you'd call it, but we've got a popcorn machine, and then we've got a record player. This popcorn machine is actually from Garfield, and this one is Fantasy. It's not actually Lego. That's the only thing on this whole shelf that's not Lego, but it was just a really cool set. You could actually spin the bucket in there and drop the popcorn down and have it come through here and land in this bucket. So I love that feature. And then this record player set was exceptional as well. Tons of features too, like you could spin the disc, you could move all these settings, you could turn it on and off. That was just a very cool gift of purchase. And then up front is an older set. I think this came in one of those like canisters they used to sell. I'm honestly not really sure where that came from. Moving down, we've got some of the city space stuff. So we've got this spaceship right here, very sleek design. I really like that. And then we've got this off-road one with 6 wheels, and it's got some crazy suspension to it. That one is a really nice build. And I just love all the colors with that newer orange color and the sand blue mixed together with the white. It looks super crisp. And with that line also came this little base right here. I'm not sure the exact name of it, but then we've also got this little mech, and then this little space down here with the aliens and a bunch of different minifigures with their exploration vehicles. We've got a little camera right there. And then we've got that little robot. Just tons of cool stuff from this line. I couldn't help myself but to get a couple of these sets. Next to that, we've got a couple Batmobiles with a couple minifigures in front. So on the left, we've got the one from the Batman. And on the right, I believe it's from the 1989 Batman. I could be wrong on that too. Continuing the superhero theme, we've got an Iron Man 3 set right here. This one is his Malibu mansion. This is a pretty cool set where you can rotate his little stand right here, and then he's got some suits on the side, a kitchen, a little work area down there. It came with this as well, I believe, that little boat. Then there's Pepper Potts, Penguin for some reason. That should probably be up on this shelf. Next to that, we've got a super random mix. We've got the Everyone is Awesome set in the corner. We've got the Buzz Lightyear Brickhead. And one of my oldest mocks, just a little random custom build I did to use some of the alien CMFs. So we've got that little guy where you can see his face piece. He's actually being controlled by one of those little aliens to the side there. And then there's this little beam so you can abduct somebody. And then we've got the little alien tourist coming out of this club with the Galactic Cruiser on top. And then next to that, we've got more space custom builds. So this one I found an ideas custom build online, and I built a similar version. So it's like a micro scale version with a barn on the side. Then you can see there's some cows. This is supposed to be a farmer. Then we've got the UFO up there with an alien, and we've got the beam coming down. Then we've got the gray on the back, supposed to represent a mountain, and we've got some trees over here in the foreground. And then behind that, we've got another custom build using some of the alien CMFs. So we've got these guys that have 2 arms on one side, and they're going against these little beetles. So that one's got his shield there. And that was just a fun little build there, and sort of being able to imagine what their planet would look like. So we just made it all pink and purple. So in this cube, we have 4 postcards. We've got Australia, Beijing, London, and New York. Then in the middle cube, we've got the Willis Tower and the Seattle Space Needle. And then we've got this Edinburgh Castle postcard custom build I did myself. My parents recently went on a trip to Scotland, and they brought me back this 2x4 brick in the middle there. So I wanted to make a custom build sort of representing their trip they went on. So we've got the castle over on the right side, and then I believe that's like the Scots Monument on the left, and then we've got a little Greyfriars Bobby statue in the middle. And then behind that, we've got the White House. And then on the right side, we've got the Japan postcard all the way in that corner, and then we've got the wonders of the world down here. So now I'm going to flip around and do these shelves over here. And then next I'll cover that entire wall back there. Then we'll do this island, that shelf right there, and then that side of the room. So bear with me, this might take a second, but I'm going to try to cover everything that I can. Up top, we've got the Jaws set. This one is really cool in person. I love the shark bursting up out of the water. Then we've got the quote plaque right here that says, "You're going to need a bigger boat." Then we've got the guy standing there right next to the shark. And the boat honestly just looks like such a nice build. I love the way it kind of comes off the display stand. I think this one just looks really cool, and it looks perfect next to all of our movie stuff over here, especially next to the Indiana Jones up here. Here's that Indiana Jones set. I don't remember the official name of the set, but this is so cool the way it has all these different scenes. So you've got him next to the golden idol over here. And I just can't get over all the details in this set. Like just on the side, we've got the skulls, and then up over here, we've got all the different tiles. We've got the different like faces on the wall in the back, the one up there, all the different leaf pieces. Like this set is designed so well. I think it perfectly fits the vibe of Indiana Jones from the Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then in the middle, we've got this part of him going across the gap. Got that golden wheel on the wall there. And then, of course, on the left side, we've got the boulder that can roll down over here. And the spiders down here, just tons of details everywhere you look. This set is just incredible. And it's awesome because those features you can actually control with these knobs right on the front. So there you can make the ball roll like that. And then this knob can actually control this guy swinging across. Below that, we've got a couple shelves full of Minion sets. So up top, we've got a couple copies of the Minions upscaled builds that are actually mechs because they have rooms inside them. Then we've got Brickheads right here, Minions car, and then this one looks a little creepy, but I like it anyway. We've got the Big Gru up here, and these minions can dance around him. They actually rotate on this. They can dance around, and that is super cool. I wanted to show you the interior of these real quick because I thought that might sound a little weird to some people. So here it is, this one looks like on the inside. You can see we've got all the different schemes and blueprints up there, and then a bunch of different accessories on the side, a wrench, banana, little stool down there, and some more stuff on the other side. So yeah, those are pretty cool. And then the shelf below, we've got some of the sets that came out with Despicable Me 4. So we've got the party bus over here. And then this right here, most recent custom build I've made, we've got the Gru cookout for the 4th of July with that fireworks set. Then we've got Gru's house over here on the right side. And then on the bottom shelf, we have more Indiana Jones sets. So honestly, I'm really not sure why I didn't already rearrange this and have that right there so that the Indiana Jones could be next to each other and then the Minions could be next to each other. Really not sure on my behalf, but moving on, we've got this partially complete set. And the reason I'm working on that is because it's actually the first version of this newer set. So this is a remake of it that's obviously much better. After I built this and realized how much better it was, it kind of made me less motivated to actually finish this one because you can see the little statues on the side just aren't nearly as cool as these giant ones on the new set. And then in the front, we've also got this other smaller set. And moving around to the side here, we've got another excellent set. We've got the Viking Village on the top, and then moving down another random assortment. So we've got a little space monorail set with the space baby right there. Then we've got a random mix, a Halloween thing in the back, some Wally brick heads, a little custom mug my aunt got me where I put kind of like a little thing of our logo on the front. Then we've got a set, I believe from 1975 or so, very old set, definitely the oldest one in here. You can see the old figures they used to use. Next to that, we've got the Alien Space Diner over here, and then a little cooking build I did using the robot butler. So he's actually a cooking streamer. So you can see he's got his camera and the ring light right there. The nice tiled floor, he's got his sandwich, and then the fridge in the back with all his stuff he needs to make a good meal. On the bottom, we've got a couple brickheads and a smashed Vader's TIE Fighter, RIP. Gonna have to rebuild that soon. All right, we are finally onto this epic Star Wars wall, so let's get right into it. All right, starting on the top left, we've got Boba Fett helmet, 2021 Boba Fett starship, Stormtrooper helmet, Sarlacc pit that eats Boba Fett, Vader helmet, Tatooine micro build, Leia Bouche helmet, May 4th kitchen, Scout Trooper helmet, and an ATST. Below that, we've got probably my favorite set in the collection, the Death Star right here. This is the older one that I got for Christmas 2010. Then next to that, we have three of the dioramas. We've got the trash compactor, then we've got the trench run, and then we've got the throne room one up top. This set is just so cool to have, and I'm honestly thinking about taking this apart soon so I can clean off all the pieces, wash them, dust them, and then rebuild this thing. Under that, we've got a Clone Wars battle. We've got an older ATTE next to a separatist ship up here. Then we've got a bunch of battle packs mixed in together and a bunch of different minifigures. So over here you can see there's Grievous on this side with a bunch of droids. He's kind of outnumbered because on this side we've got Anakin, Ahsoka, and Mace Windu with a bunch of different legions of clone troopers. Over here we've got a custom build I created of Ahsoka slicing these two droids, and it follows the same mechanism of that Nutcracker ballerina I showed you earlier. So let me get my hand behind here and show you how it works. We can actually have Ahsoka slicing those droids. I thought that was super cool. All right, let's hit this middle section of the shelves, and I'll start up at the top. So we've got this older U-Wing. This is not the one that just came out, and we've got it mounted to the wall. Then we've got the Star Wars logo. When it first came out and I saw pictures of it and I heard that there was this set that was just a logo, I was against the idea of it, but I became more open-minded after I saw some reviews, and there were actually some good techniques in there, so I think that was a pretty good set. And since we have such a cool Star Wars collection like this, I think it's perfect to have that set because it just looks great on the wall with all this Star Wars stuff. Below that, we've got this Vader pixel art set that you could choose between Vader, Maul, and maybe Kylo Ren if I remember correctly. And then if you got three copies of the set, you could make an epic big version that was Vader. So we just have the one, and I like the way it looks a lot. Next to that, we've got this Slave 1 right here, older version. I don't remember exactly which year it was, but it was the one that had Captain Rex on the manual. So then we've got the Naboo Starfighter up here. And then shout out my sister. These are actually custom artworks by her. This Ahsoka and the Grogu right there in his pram. Then speaking of him, we've got him right here, the child with his plaque. Super cool the way he's holding that knob that he takes off of Mando's ship. Then we've got the Dagobah diorama. This one is really cool. I love all the transparent green pieces. Then moving down, we've got the UCS Interceptor. First UCS set we got, and very cool. Then we've got one of the droids from that droid builder set. Then in the middle, we've got a couple things that come on May 4th when you buy the UCS sets. We've got this little one with the X-Wing there, and then this is supposed to be Beskar plate. And one of the rarest Star Wars sets we have is right here. Unfortunately, is missing the minifigures. They were lost and chewed up a long time ago, but we do have it mostly complete here. It is from Force Unleashed, and that wind panel is very cool on the front there. Moving down, we've got the bigger R2-D2. This is not the recent one that came out that comes with the Malik figure. This is the one from a couple years back that's bigger. It's got the display plaque down here with the 50th Lucasfilm brick. Then we've got the brick head next to it of R2. Next to that, we've got these cube shelves with various TIE sets. So we've got another TIE Interceptor, TIE Fighter, and a TIE Bomber. So there we have all those, and various just mini builds that come with the advent calendars. And then on the side of the shelf here with most of these are command stripped on or with heavy duty Velcro. We've got this Mandalorian Fang Fighter, I think is what you call it. And then we've got the Mando Naboo Starfighter or the N1 Starfighter in gray. That looks super cool on the shelf. And I think it's cool that we have the Mando one next to the Naboo Starfighter. It's super cool to have both there. Now on to the top right over here, we've got this green ship that comes with Aura Singh and the bounty hunters right here. We've got the Ahsoka brickhead. Hiding back here, we've also got this vulture droid next to the baby Anakin brickhead. Then we got Captain Rex up in the front. We've got the P1 in the microfighter, and then we've got the P2 helmet. Then we've got the Cody helmet over here with the Cody brickhead, Venator mini build, Gunship mini build, Mando helmet, Mando ATST Raider, various figs up there. Then we've got Mando's ship, the Razor Crest. Sorry, forgot the name for a second. Then we've got the Mando brickheads right there, and a couple other Mando battle pack like sets. So we got that battle pack. Then we got this one that came with those ones. Moving down, we've got our newest UCS set, the Jango Slave one, or the Jango Fett Starship. Very cool set. This one is my favorite UCS set that we have out of the two. That one is awesome. And another one of the newest sets we picked up, the Jango Fett helmet. This one was so satisfying to make. I love making these helmets, but the techniques are just so cool. And the newer pieces they're making, like this one right here, are just so great for the sculpting of the shape of his helmet. And I just loved all the different techniques. Like you can see, this is a slight angle out, so it's not just straight on there. There were lots of different techniques to stick these panels in. So super cool, kind of a side rant, but then there's the minifigures from the UCS set. And then to go along with the slave one, we've got Obi-Wan's starfighter right here flying above the temple. I think that looks great next to it. Then we've got the Kalaran Beck. Hopefully, yes, I think I might have butchered his name a little bit, but we got the Bark Speeder right there. And then we've got the Jedi Temple knockoff build. This is from Mold King, I believe, and it's one we got sent for free on TikTok, and we just had to make a few videos of it. And I think it looks great with the other sets, and I honestly hope eventually LEGO makes a temple and we can replace this. Moving down to Hoth, we've got a huge battle going on. We've got the AT-AT over on this side with the Wampa Jerky vending machine Easter egg over in the corner there. And we've got lots of snow troopers over here. We've got, now this isn't canon, we've got Maul fighting Ahsoka in the middle. Then we've got a bunch of Rebel troopers. We've got our snow speeder. And then we've got the Wampa Cave over in the corner. Moving down, we've got Tatooine, as you can see the planet right there. We've got the Mos Eisley Cantina. This set is awesome. I need to do a full breakdown on this set soon, but this just has so many cool details. We've got a knockoff Bantha back there too. I love that one. Then we've got this guy. Just tons of minifigures around here that are super cool. And then we've got the older Luke's Land Speeder from around 2010, I want to say. And then we've got the micro version of it. And one thing I've been talking about for a while, but I think I need to finally commit to, is getting some type of poster or a print to put behind some of these scenes. Like if I got a Hoth printout of a sky and a snowy background, I could even Photoshop some like Lego ships that would go with the background in there. I think that would be super cool, and it would make this scene come much more alive than just having this wood grain backdrop there. Same thing for up here. We could do like a space galaxy background. Over here, this needs a background, and I think I need to do terrain for this too. That would be a huge upgrade. And same for this. If that was a space background, I think that would just upgrade all of these shelves a little bit. I know I've said like 3 or 4 times now that I'm gonna buy those soon, but coming up in the next month or two, I need to hold myself to that. I'm gonna do another more in-depth Star Wars tour of our collection, so expect to see them by then. Over here next to the cantina, and being the only thing on this wall that's not Star Wars, we've got Rivendell. Such a beautiful set. I can't get over how great this looks. I just come over here and look at this wall so much. And then next to that, we've got these display stands where we've got a bunch of brick heads. And then we've got a little Hobbit set with Bilbo right there. And that's the part with Gollum and the ring. And then this is incomplete, but I'm working on putting together that little set as well. All right, we're probably 75% of the way there. Just got to go through these shelves now. So starting up on the top, we've got the X-Wing. Then we've got next to it, we've got a few micro builds of it. So we've got that little X-Wing, that one over there, another little model of it that's not even Lego. Then we've got the Luke Skywalker Red 5 helmet that he would be wearing in the X-Wing. And then we've got that same helmet on the Brickhead right here. We've got an older Coruscant ship, I believe, that came with Cad Bane back in the day. The pink droid from that droid builder set. Then we've got that little 4 Plus set that was pretty goofy in my opinion, but I got it on a clearance deal really just for that Yoda minifigure. And then next to that, we've got the Arc 170 over here, and this is the older version. I've been meaning to pick up that new one and do a comparison video, so expect that coming up here soon. Over in this corner, we've got the TikTok shop exclusive Grievous helmet, and this one was actually a great build. And when you put it next to the actual helmet sets that LEGO makes, this one is actually a lot bigger, and the techniques in this set were great, so that one is actually a really nice build. I know some people are against buying knockoff sets, and we actually got this one sent to us for free, but I think that one is actually worth it. And then in front of that, we've got the Tusken Raider Brickhead, Anakin and his Starfighter with R2, the A-Wing, Yoda and his Jedi Interceptor with another R2, and then we've got the Hyena Droid Bomber with the box. Then we've got the Droideka next to a knockoff battle droid that I think looks very good as well. That one is awesome, and I think even looks better than the one on the STAP that just came out. Then we've got Chopper, I believe, and then we've got BB-8 with his stand, and then we've got this little X-Wing over here, and the Millennium Falcon holiday diorama. Then we've got a couple hallway scenes over here, this one being when Luke shows up in Mandalorian, this one being Vader on the Tantive. We've got our anniversary fig right here. We've also got the Imperial viewing Starfighter with the box still, and I just love that Rex box art. This is like peak era LEGO Star Wars that I remember. Then we've also got this Plo Koon Starfighter right here. So we've got the Microfighter version with the new minifigure. And then we've got this rebrickable model done by Will Crafting online. This one actually combines the Jedi Bob Starfighter and a new 3-in-1 race plane. On our shelf next to that, we've got our Millennium Falcon display right here. We've got this disc behind it with the art. Then we've got this MIDI scale one with the light kit. I don't get a lot of light kits, but I think this one really does enhance this set a little bit with those lights on the front and especially the black. This blue part is my favorite. And then can't forget all the other Millennium Falcons we got around here. So we've got a 2 micro ones and then this polybag one right here. Next to that, we've got this Republic fighter tank that came with Mace Windu and all these purple troopers. I had to get 2 of that set so that I could get extra troopers. And then in this corner, we've got the Jedi Bob Starfighter. And then here's Mace Windu. We've actually got him on this little custom build where he's hollowing this droid out right now. Moving down, we're onto Endor. We've got the ATST over here with the Endor base. Then we've got the Yoda alarm clock, absolutely iconic, and some Endor brickheads right there as well. Then on this side, we've got this Bespin dual mock that I just did based on looking at pictures of the official set. And then we've got this huge set that came with Cal Kestis anniversary figure with this very satisfying feature on the side. I just love coming over here and doing this huge Star Destroyer. And then we've also got this battle pack right here with the recent Palpatine figure that came in a book. Down here, we also have the old school Lego Gungan sub. This thing looks great. You can see it's when the minifigures were yellow still. We also have some brick heads from that movie as well as this little magnet thing that matches the box art. And then some more brick heads on this side as well as little Maul toy. Under that, we've got this huge white Imperial shuttle with Luke and Vader next to the Luke and Vader brickheads. And then we've got the Viper probe droid display right here next to this goated game, Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga on the Wii. And then we've got the R2-D2 from that droid builder set. And I just love all of his funny accessories like that beach duck floaty ring and his little headphones. Next to that, we've got BD1. We've got this Time magazine about Lego. And then we've got this ship from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And then we've got, of course, the anniversary figure of young Leia next to that. And then on the bottom corner shelf, we've got our TikTok shop exclusive MTT there. And then we've got this droid transport ship and the episode 1 battle droid figure back there next to Captain Panaka. Other than that, these are the only other 2 Star Wars sets we have left to build. So I just picked this one up today for about 15 bucks at Target. Great sale. This was initially 40 and I'm so glad I waited. 15 is a much better price for that. And then we've got this one right here that came with the Django Slave one. So we still got to put these together soon. And yeah, with that, we have covered our entire Star Wars collection. That was a lot. I think I need to go get a cup of water before I continue on to the next section. All right, next I want to move on to this Animal Crossing island we have down here on this awesome Lego table I thrifted. So I was out thrifting with my sister when I found this table for $10. This is honestly one of my favorite thrift finds that I've ever found out in the wild. And I can't believe it was only 10 bucks. It was pretty dirty and it has some flaws on it like that with the paint, but really can't complain with the price. I wiped off the top, I cleaned it off, and then I covered it and put base plates. And so now we're able to have our Animal Crossing island right here. So let's get right into it. So on the very front of the table, we've got the beach with Dodo Airlines. We've got the plane flying in right here. Tons of minifig action down on the beach, a bunch of different sets, a house over here, another house. We've got the town hall, Nook's Cranny back there, and then a little camping outdoor area. And you might be thinking it looks a little unfinished, and that's because it is unfinished, and I'm honestly really bad at working on this for a couple reasons. One of those being the sets I think are just so overpriced in my opinion. I just can't bring myself to buy a lot of them. I have to wait for sales and they're open back. So it's hard to create a good layout for them because if I turn it to the side, then the open back is going to be visible from another angle unless you buy more pieces to cover it up. Or in some cases, there's alternate builds where you can buy two sets of one to close them up, but then it's like, it's so overpriced, I don't want to buy two. So it results in me waiting for sales, and then we get a new update on our island once every like 2 or 3 months, it feels like. I think some of them, like the museum, would be good to get. Like a museum is an essential for the island. The Dodo Airlines is essential. The town hall is essential, and that's essential. But now that I have those, I don't think I'm just going to keep buying every single one that comes out. I think I'm going to get way more selective and only get ones that can really enhance the island or add things we don't already have. Or maybe I'll just get some of the newer minifigures because a lot of them are pretty cool. All right, that's going to wrap it up for the table. So let's move on over here to Ninjago City. We'll go up and look at Micro Ninjago City, and then we'll take a look at everything underneath. So up on top, we've got all four of the Micro Ninjago City sets that have currently come out. Then we've got the Lucky Knots on each side of the shelf. We've got this other Ninjago temple that I got on clearance at some point, and it's very tall, so it wasn't going to fit in any of those cube shelves. So I just decided to have it on a command shelf, and you can see it is kind of hanging off, but so far it's balanced, so fingers crossed it stays that way. And then over here, I'm planning to get more shelves and fill in more sets. I'm not really in a rush. Whenever something cool comes out that I like, I'll probably get it to fill that spot. But then moving down, we've got the Ninjago City sets. And these are some of the prettiest looking sets that LEGO makes. So we've got the Ninjago City one over here on the corner. This was the first one we have, and the tallest one with that blue tower. Then in the middle, we've got the Ninjago City Markets with the working gondola in the middle. The newest one we picked up this year is the Ninjago City Workshops. And I don't know if you remember, but we used to have the Ninjago City sets over here, but then we moved them all the way over here. Well, now they are back over here, and I'm glad they're back over here because I think they look great over on this wall. And when they were over here, they were really obstructing the Star Wars stuff because of how tall they were. So under Ninjago City, we've got a bunch of Ninjago sets on the top row. We've got the Ninjago Skull Truck. We've got this fire temple right here that can fit the flaming dragon's head through that hole there. But of course, we've got the fire dragon up here dueling with the ice dragon. We've also got this Ninjago set that is very cool. I love the stone minifigure they've got up there with the legs sideways like he's sitting crisscross. That is just very cool. And it's got lots of features, like you can have the minifigs battle it out on here. That can drop down, all kinds of stuff. And then these are just some various ones over there with the Minions boat in the back. Down here, we've got the Family Reunion Restaurant. That was a little over $100. And I used to have it in the Lego City, but now it's over here because I wanted to make room for more modular buildings. Next to that, we've got the yellow Jeep Technic set with pandas in, on top of, and surrounding it. We've got the Brickhead set there, and we've got a little polybag panda in the driver's seat. Next to that, we've got some dream sets. We've actually got 3 different cubes full of dream sets. We've got that food truck that's a very unique set. We've got the Z-Blob mech, various figures, video game jet right there, and a couple more village sets over on the side, and the I don't even know what you would call this, just some sort of ship. I just think these dream sets are pretty underrated. They all have pretty unique concepts behind them. You can create multiple things out of them. They're usually like 2-in-1, 3-in-1, or even more than that. That one right there is even a 20-in-1. Believe it or not, that's a very small set. Um, But yeah, I think when these retire, it's going to be a same effect as some stuff like Chima or maybe even Agents. People are going to hold these in high regards and think they're very cool. I think they're going to hold up very well. Next to that, we've got a Halloween set. We've got our jack-o'-lantern up top that can actually light up. I love that set with the light brick inside. Then we've got the witch's house right here. I got a bunch of these light purple pieces off the pick-a-brick wall at the store. And then I got these minifigures at the Build a Minifigure station last year. So I thought it would be perfect to build this little facade of a witch's house for them. And I think that looks great. Moving over here, we've got a couple Technic sets, and honestly, I don't really dive into Technic too much. Not one of my favorite themes, so that's why you don't see very many sets. And then over here, kind of the same thing with Speed Champions. I do like the builds, but I try to stay away just because I collect so many different other themes. It's like I don't want to get addicted to the cars, and then next thing you know, I'm collecting all of those each time too. So we just have a couple of the Fast and Furious ones, and then we've got the James Bond, Aston Martin, of course. And then we've got Pac-Man back there, some pixel art. And then if you turn the corner next to the Ninjago City, we actually have this tranquil garden over here. I think it actually pairs up nicely with this little pagoda or temple, whatever you would call this little side part. I think it flows nicely into that. It's a nice transition. And then down here, we've got really miscellaneous stuff. This is likely to change. We've got a couple Disney minifigure habitats I did. So we've got a Big Hero 6 one and a Coco one, an older Naruto custom build I made. Then we've got some Hero Factory right here and some more Indiana Jones down on the bottom. And then extending even further into this room, let's start on the very bottom and work our way up. We've got the Dune Ornithopter, we've got Hogwarts from Harry Potter, some Quidditch stuff there, and various minifigures out in front. Then we've got Space Police right here. This white ship is very neat. That is one of my favorites, and I still remember seeing those commercials back in the day when I was a kid. Then we've got some medieval stuff. We've got this building right here next to the Mushroom House from the Bricklink Designer Program. This one is awesome. It's even got the snail next to it with the trail. And I did pre-order the next one that goes along with that, so I cannot wait for that to get here. And then right up above that, we've got the D&D castle. This looks so cool up here with the dragon up top. Then we've got the Magisto set next to it, some D&D figs scattered all around, and then this green dragon up on top. On top of our shelf, we've got the Nintendo NES with Mario on it, and then we've got Optimus Prime up there next to some space sets that are hanging from the ceiling. All right, now let's make our way over behind the city table and look at all of those sets over on the mantle. On the very end here, we've got the Horizon Tall Neck display set next to a bunch of our Mario stuff. We've got the yellow question block here with the spiny blue shell, Bowser Jr., and this piranha plant. Next to that, we've got Bowser himself up on this stand with the flames on each side, and Mario in his standard cart. This set is incredible. It's honestly one of my favorite sets of the year so far. This one was so much fun to make. And in the middle here, we've got the Statue of Liberty up here with the minifig version next to her with the pinata. Then up top, we've got the Space Police Space Limo. Then we've got the globe right here. This one was a very annoyingly repetitive set to put together. I really don't recommend that, even though the finished product looks very good on display. Then next to that, we've got a variety of space sets. We've got this astronaut, little mini astronaut in a shuttle next to this telescope. Then next to that, we've got a baby astronaut. Then we've got this huge Artemis launch system right here. This set is so tall, it almost touches the ceiling. You can see the shuttle on the side. And then we've got the Space Shuttle Discovery STS-31. This one is very neat as well. And then up above that, I almost forgot, we've got this little space art I actually created myself. Features a bunch of those different colored spacemen on different planets, and they're all sort of turning in different directions, floating through space. Moving down from that is a shelf with more of my custom builds. So each year I like to do something for the Super Bowl. So a couple years back, I made the upright here. And then I've made the opponents in each of the last 2 years. So we had the Niners and Chiefs 2 years ago. Then we had the Chiefs and Eagles. Hopefully this next season, a team other than the Chiefs makes it so I can make another build. Because honestly, I'm probably running out of those red and yellow pieces. So hopefully I can do some fresh teams. Then we've got our logo right here. Brick built 2x2 brick here with the two B's on it. pretty fun build to put together. It was kind of a challenge to get the black for the lettering. I'm kind of thinking about making some type of art where this is like in the middle or something, and then I could put it up on the wall. I thought that might look cool, but I'm really not sure yet. Then we've got little invincible character builds, kind of silly, simple design, but I think you can sort of get the gist of who they are by looking at them. Then we've got the Star Wars Tatooine build right here that I made with this pod racer. Didn't really feel like forking out 80 bucks for that other set, and so I built this instead. And I'm honestly annoyed because that set that was 80 bucks, I saw that it was on clearance at a store near me the other day for 33 bucks, but people had bought them all out, so I didn't get my hands on it, and I definitely would have picked it up for that price. Under that, we've got more Mario sets. We've got this Mario Kart course with the smaller cart. Then we've got the blue Yoshi bike, cones there, the question box. And then I've got some various sets in the back there. I built some stands for the characters over there. We've got Nabbit and Yellow Toad. We've got the concession shop. They can buy some popcorn. Then we've got pink and yellow Yoshi back there too. That is pretty cool. Then we've got the Bowser car over here, and then some random stuff, construction vehicle, and these guys having a little romantic picnic. All right, last but not least, we've got this huge city layout, and then we're gonna have that back wall, and that's gonna do it for our tour here. I'm gonna try to be kind of concise with the city tour just because I've devoted entire videos to breaking it down. So go check out one of those if you want to see it in detail. And then I'll probably honestly have to make an update of one of those soon because I got lots of projects coming up that I want to work on. But starting over here, I'll kind of just show off each building we have. Got the boutique hotel, the Tudor corner, the newest modular from this year. This was a beautiful set, by the way. Then we've got the Natural History Museum, Avengers Tower, a little apartment condo building. We've got the Jazz Club with a pizzeria next door. Then that is a alternate build of the boutique hotel. Actually, it's just a little cafe. Then we've got the Daily Bugle with the battle bus up on top. Then next to that, we've got the Green Grocer, the oldest modular building in our city. Got the botanical garden sort of in the middle. Looks beautiful with all those flowers out front. Next to the Green Grocery, we've got the police station, the Assembly Square, a little bookstore that's actually the other half to this little condo right there. Then we've got the Sanctorum, and in the corner, we have an alternate build to a Monkey Kid set. And as you can see, I love to pack in action everywhere. So like back there, we've got a battle with a news helicopter. There's a police helicopter with a bad guy right here. Got the battle bus with people jumping off and gliding into the city. There's a Sandman battle on top of the Jazz Club. There's a dragon on the Avengers Tower. Like, I just love putting details all over the place. Harry Potter car crashed in the tree. I just like putting stuff all over the place. Guy got trapped in the tree, set off a flare. Now he's got to have the rescue helicopter come here. All types of storytelling anywhere you look. So that is the downtown portion of the city. Then across that way, we have Diagon Alley through those gates. Got a little cafe building, coffee shop, pet store, sort of some residential buildings right here. Little Easter egg, like a graffiti wall with our old logo on it. Over here, we've got a river leading into a camping and outdoor area with this tree house. This is going to be redone soon. I'm going to redo this whole treehouse thing. Then moving over here, we've got an amusement park. This thing actually turns. It's got a motor on the backside. Then we've got tons of other rides that you can push around. Lots of fun stuff in there. We've got a beach even. This pirate ship on the water. I don't know, maybe coming up here soon we'll have to replace this with the One Piece set when that comes out. We'll see. Then we've got the lighthouse over here. Very cool set. This can actually turn on as well and the light spins in the top. That one is awesome. I think it is retiring this year, so I would highly recommend picking that one up. That is a sweet set. Then on the end here, we've got our Winter Village. It's pretty full. We've got a bunch of the different Winter Village sets they've released in the last few years. We've got Santa flying over the top, kind of an Easter egg of one of those signs that was on one of the older modulars, but I changed the color to be Christmas themed. Then we've got this bakery one. This is our oldest one in the village. The Santa's Visit, I think it's called. Then we've got this train track with the trolley here that can move. And then over here, we've got a bigger ice skating rink. So tons of cool festive activities in there. And then the bottom here, we've got the underwater section, a bunch of themes mixed together. Like we've got some aqua raiders. You can see SpongeBob back there, Atlantis. This anglerfish is pretty old. Then we've got some more aqua raiders with the octopus around the submarine, shark, just stuff all over the place. So this is pretty cool. And soon I think I'm going to remix this and I want to raise it up a little bit. I have an idea to raise it up maybe to where it's about here. And then I could have an area below the city. I kind of want to put power miners under there. They could be digging for some gems. And I think that would look great. Other than that, I'll give you one more city sneak peek. This is coming soon. We've got this little thing that's going to go in the water here. I think I'm going to get rid of this little Mickey boat in the slide. It's a very simple build I just threw together. So I think I'm going to put this on the base plate somewhere over there, have a cool little scene. So that is a little sneak peek you got. I think I'll have a video for that coming soon. So yeah, that is it for our city. This is honestly so much fun to work on. This is the thing I'm probably most proud of in our room down here. All the hours that have gone into it. I think it looks so cool and it's so fun to just make all the different scenes and stories within. So let me know if there's anything specific you would like to see in there. Maybe I'll build it soon. Now, before we get to the art wall, let's touch on these Fortnite sets over here. So we've got Peely Bones up on top. I think this one is also retiring at the end of this year. This was from the first wave that they came out with. Got the little mini build of the battle bus I did down there. Then on this bottom shelf, we've got the loot llama and the brick head that also came in that first wave. Then on the wall, we've got a little sprite build that I did. Someone asked for in a TikTok, and I tried to build it the best I could. I don't know if I'll keep that long term. I really don't think it looks the best with all the other stuff. But now moving on to the art wall, we've got a variety of different sets. Here we've got the Mona Lisa, and then we've got a nice big space left for future sets. I think one candidate that could go there would be the Milky Way. That would be a great set to go there. But then we've got this Spider-Man one. Very cool the way it's sort of coming out of the frame. You can see his head pops out there and his arm is grabbing the edge. That one was pretty fun. Got the Tales of the Space Age up there. Then we've got the waves right over there, the modern art one, and then this little one I built with the Fast and Furious GTR down there. And then we've got even more space for future art sets. I know one I was thinking of was that Batman Gotham art, but I'm really not sure because I think it does like come out off the wall quite a bit, and I'm kind of worried about brushing into it and knocking it off the wall if I'm trying to get behind the city, so I'm really not sure about that yet. Oh, and then one more set up in that top corner, you can see we've got the Batwing up there on the bat signal paper, and that is actually supposed to look like it's coming from this bat signal up on top of the police station, and then we've even got Batman on the edge there. So yeah, that is our Lego room. Thanks for coming along. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to drop a like if you did and leave any feedback you may have for any of the stuff I showed off. I know I went through quite a bit. I hope I didn't like talk your ear off too much. I was trying to show this stuff off pretty quickly because yeah, I know if I really broke down each and every set in great detail, this video would probably be about 2 hours long, and I don't think anybody really wants to sit through me talking for that long. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and like I said, I am going to be dropping another one in December at the end of the year so you can see how we changed the room from now to then, and you can see all the new sets we've picked up. So other than that, make sure to drop a like on the video, and I'll see you in our next video. Have a great day.